Good morning, students. Today's topic is tangents and normal. So, this is one more topic of applications of differentiation. So, how to find the equation of the tangent and equation of the normal and length of the tangent, length of the normal, subtangent, subnormal. So, these are all the concepts that we come across in this concept. So, before going to discuss the tangent and normal of the given curve, at first one should know the slope of tangent. Slope of tangent, otherwise gradient of curve. The gradient of curve means the slope of tangent at a particular point on the curve. For this, let us consider this figure. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Let us consider the curve y equal to fx. Let us consider the curve y equal to fx. Let A be the point whose x coordinate is x naught and y coordinate is y naught. So, that means this point is x naught, y naught. Let us consider another point closer to A on the curve. Let it be B. Since I am taking it closer to A, I will take it as x naught plus h, comma, y naught plus something value delta y. Delta y. Otherwise, you can take them as you can take them as y naught plus h also. Let us take a closer point to A on the curve, where that closer point coordinates are considered as x naught plus h plus y naught plus h. Or let it be this is x naught y naught, or let it be this is x1 y1. You can take like that, x1 y1. Now, once you join these so that this is x1 and this is y1, once you join this AB, once you join the points on the curve AB and extended like this, once you join AB, the line segment AB becomes the chord of the curve. Chord means the joining of any 2 points on the curve. So, once you join AB, the chord of the curve AB, once you extended, suppose it is making theta angle, it is making theta angle with the x-axis, then tan theta is given by the slope of the chord AB, The slope of the chord AB is nothing but the joining of the points x1 y1 and x naught y naught in the coordinate system. So, this is y1 minus y naught by x1 minus x naught. The slope of such chord obtained by joining these 2 points is given by y1 minus y naught by x1 minus x naught, which gives us the tan theta value. Tan of Theta means here the angle made by that chord with the positive direction of x-axis. Once this angle is theta, here the angle is theta. Once this angle is theta, tan theta is obtained by this one, this length, y1 minus y0, y1 minus y0. This is totally the length y1. This is the length y0. So, this length is y1 minus y0 by this length is x1, this length is x0, hence x1 minus x0. This angle is same to that of angle, here the angle. So, tan theta is given by y1 minus y0 by x1 minus x0. So, this is the slope of the chord AB. Now, as B goes to A along the curve, suppose B is nearing to A along the curve. Suppose the position of B is here and then here and then here. So, once B is moving along the curve towards A and reaches A, this chord AB becomes tangent at A. Tangent at A itself. So, as B goes to A, as it is moving towards A, that means here like this. This is our curve. A is here, B is here, AB is this. Once B position is here, then it is like this. Once B position is, it is like this. Once B coincides with A, it becomes tangent. So, once B is moving towards A and reaches A, that means B goes to A along the curve, then the chord AB reaches to tangent to A. In such case, this slope gives us the tangent slope. Once B goes to A, that means as B goes to A, y1 minus y0 by x1 minus x0 becomes the tangent of A as the point goes to A. That means y1 goes to A. So, in such case, suppose A is x0 y0 and B is given as x comma y, then general point on the curve, then limit as B goes to A, the slope of the chord is here y minus y0 by x minus x0, y minus y0 by x minus x0. If B is nearer to A, then you can take it as slope of the tangent at A, which is nothing but the first derivative of the function at x0, the first derivative of the function at x0. So, by definition, limit as h goes to 0, f of x plus h minus fx by h gives us f dash x. So, once you take this one as x0, this is f dash of x0, this one is y1, this one is totally this one is y1, this one is y0, the x plus x0 plus h minus x0 gives us h. So, this total limit once it exists, then the derivative exists, the derivative gives us the slope of the tangent at that particular point. Hence, as the chord slope becomes tangent slope in such case. So, the first derivative of the curve gives us the slope of the tangent at a particular point where the derivative exists. Hence, slope of the tangent is given by the first derivative of the function, of the function. Let us take this one, this figure. Let us take this figure. Let us consider, of course, this is x naught, y naught. Of course, this is x naught, h, x naught plus h, and f of x naught plus h, where this function is f(x). Of course, this is also considered as f of x naught. Let us join the AB, which makes certain angle with the x-axis. Now, as B is moving towards A, that means h goes to 0. As h goes to 0 here, once you consider these vertical lines, this is x naught, this is x naught plus h, hence this is h. Once you drop the perpendicular from this point to this one, it is the value given by, this is the value given by f of x naught plus h minus f of x naught, because this length is f of x naught, this length is, this one is f of x naught plus h, this total length. So that once this angle is alpha, this angle is alpha. So tan alpha is f of x naught plus h minus f of x naught by x naught plus h by x naught. The slope of the chord is nothing but here by the slope of chord joins a x naught f of x naught, b x naught plus h comma f of x naught plus h on the curve fx is given by the slope of chord joins A and B. A is x naught f of x naught. X naught is, this distance is x naught and this one is f of x naught. B is x naught plus h, this distance is x naught plus h, and this total distance is f of x naught plus h. Fx is be the given curve. So, the slope of the chord joins these 2 points on the curve y equal to fx, or fx simply is given by f of x naught plus h minus f of x naught by x naught plus h minus x naught. As h goes to 0, now as h goes to 0, then chord AB becomes, the chord that joins AB becomes tangent at A. Tangent at A. So, slope of tangent at A to the curve fx, the slope of tangent at A at x naught y naught to the curve fx is limit as h goes to 0 f of x naught plus h minus f of x naught by h, which is f dash of x naught. As h goes to 0, this slope becomes slope of tangent. So, the slope of the tangent is here, once you take the tangent and this tangent is making theta angle with the positive direction of x axis, then tan theta is given by f dash of x naught. That is, if tangent at a x naught y naught, or instead of x naught y naught I am taking as x naught f of x naught to fx to the curve fx at the point, at the given point at A. Already at A is equal to f dash of x or f dash x at A, which is x naught f of x naught. So at x equal to x naught, the first derivative gives us the slope of the tangent. If tangent at x naught f of x naught, the slope is making theta angle, with x axis, then its slope is f dash of x naught, that is f dash of x at A x naught comma f of x. So this is an important point. Once joining the 2 points on the curve, it gives us a chord. As B is moving towards A, this chord becomes tangent at A. If the tangent is making theta angle with the positive direction of x axis, then this f dash x at x naught, x equal to x naught, gives us the slope of the tangent, which is nothing but tan theta. So therefore here, slope of tangent tan theta is given by, particularly at x naught y naught, tan theta is dy by dx at x naught y naught. This is an important point. So the derivative of the function gives us the slope of the tangent. The derivative of the function at a particular point gives us the slope of the tangent at that point. Once you draw the graph like this and consider a tangent at a point, this angle is theta with the positive direction of x axis. Here tan theta is dy by dx at the point A. Derivative at that point gives us the slope of the tangent, which may be represented by tan theta or m. Since the slope is denoted by m, you can denote it by m itself. Now, next point. If m equal to dy by dx at x naught y naught, that is slope of tangent at x naught, at point x naught y naught, then first one, once the slope of the tangent is known to us, then equation of tangent at x naught y naught is to the curve y equal to fx, of course. Equation of tangent at x naught y naught is given by y minus y naught equal to m into x minus x naught by slope and point formula. This is the point on the curve where the tangent is considered and its slope is m here. So in such case, equation of tangent at x naught y naught is given by slope and point formula. Slope is this and point is this. Y minus y naught equal to m into x minus x naught is the equation of tangent. equation of tangent. Here m is dy by dx at x naught y naught. That is the worth naught point. The second one, equation of normal at x naught y naught is given by y minus y naught equal to minus 1 by m into x minus x naught. Since m be the slope of the tangent, minus 1 by m be the slope of normal. Normal in the sense the line which is perpendicular to the tangent. So, y minus y naught equal to minus 1 by m into x minus x naught is the equation of the normal at x naught y naught. Suppose this is our curve and a point is considered a x naught y naught. This is our tangent and this is our normal. This is our tangent. Equation of this tangent at x naught y naught and equation of the normal at x naught y naught to the curve y equal to fx. Is given by y minus y naught equal to m into x minus x naught. This is the equation of this tangent. Equation of the normal is y minus y naught equal to minus 1 by m into x minus x naught. Normal always perpendicular to tangent drawn at the contact point. Contact point means where the tangent touches the curve. Here the tangent line touches the curve at x naught y naught. The perpendicular drawn to the tangent at a contact point is nothing but normal. So, here the angle between tangent and normal is always 90. The angle between tangent and normal is always 90. And suppose this angle is theta, then tan theta is here. Tan theta is given by the first derivative of the curve, dy by dx at the point a x naught y naught. Tan theta, once the tangent is making theta angle with the positive direction of x axis, then tan theta is given by the slope of the tangent is given by dy by dx at x naught y naught, which is here represented by m. That is m here, dy by dx at x naught y naught. So, once the equation of the curve is known to us and it is differentiable at a particular point, given point, then you can able to find the slope of the tangent at that particular point, and based on that slope and point, you can able to find the equation of tangent as well as equation of normal. So, once the tangent equation and normal equation can be evaluated, you can study the nature of the graph of the function also. At what point the tangent exists and at what point the normal exists, and what is the equation of the normal, what is the equation of the tangent, that you can evaluate. Now, if the slope of tangent, that means dy by dx at x naught y naught. Next point. Slope of tangent, that is m equal to dy by dx at x naught y naught at point x naught y naught is 0. Once slope m is 0, then equation of tangent becomes y minus y naught equal to 0. That is y equal to y naught. Y equal to constant. Y equal to constant means it is parallel to, it is once m is 0, slope is 0. So, the tangent is parallel to x-axis in such case. That is, in this case, tangent is parallel to x-axis. Parallel to x-axis because the slope is 0. The slope is 0. So, in such case, the tangent is like this. This is our tangent. Suppose the curve is like this. This is our tangent. This is the point x naught, ax naught, y naught. This is our tangent, for which the slope is 0. Hence, it is parallel to x-axis, whose equation is given by y equal to y naught. Y equal to y naught. Once y equal to constant, y is constant, the line is parallel to x-axis. In this case, the tangent is parallel to x-axis. In this case, the tangent is parallel to x-axis. That means m is 0. M is 0. The slope, first derivative of the function at x naught, y naught is 0. Then the slope of the tangent becomes 0. In such case, the tangent is parallel to x-axis. A simple geometrical application of derivative. Similarly, next point. If slope of tangent, that is m, equal to dy by dx at x naught, y naught, a given point, is not defined. Once the slope is not defined, suppose it is infinity, at that point, then the tangent is vertical. The tangent is vertical and its equation becomes, the tangent is vertical and its equation is, its equation is x equal to x naught. Once the slope of the tangent is not defined, in such case, the derivative does not exist at that point. So, suppose the curve is like this. This is the point x naught, y naught case. Here the tangent is parallel to y axis, vertical. The slope of this tangent, slope of this tangent is not defined because it is vertical. Not defined. M is not defined. The derivative does not exist at this point. The derivative is infinity. So, once m is infinity, m takes the value infinity, the tangent is vertical, that means parallel to y axis. Whereas, once the derivative is 0, the tangent is parallel to x axis, horizontal. In this case, the tangent is horizontal for m0. In case of the slope is not defined, in such case the tangent is vertical. Once the tangent does not, means slope of the tangent does not exist, dy by dx at x naught, y naught does not exist, you may consider the tangent is vertical to the curve, provided that the tangent can be drawn to the curve at that particular point. In such case, its equation is x equal to x naught, because it is drawn at x naught, y naught. The equation is x equal to x naught. Next point. If y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1, where m is dy by dx at x1 y1, x1 y1, x1 comma y1 be a tangent to the curve y equal to fx, of course, at x1 y1. Then x-intercept of the tangent, x-intercept made by tangent on x-axis, x-intercept of tangent, x-intercept of tangent. X-intercept means suppose the tangent meets the x-axis. So this is the point A and this is the point T. Suppose the tangent drawn to the curve at A meets the x-axis at T. This OT is x-intercept. X-intercept. So x-intercept of tangent is obtained for y equal to 0. At this point y, the y coordinate is clearly 0. So taking y equal to 0, then x equal to, x-intercept is nothing but x1 minus y by y1 by x-intercept of tangent is x1 minus y1 by where m is obtained by the derivative of the curve at x1 y1. Similarly, y-intercept is given by, for x equal to 0, y-intercept is given by x equal to 0, that is given by y1 plus y1 minus mx1. Y equal to, taking x equal to 0 here, taking x equal to 0, y equal to y1 minus mx1. Of course, this is x-intercept of the tangent and this is y-intercept of the tangent. Once you draw the tangent like this and this point is T and suppose this point is M, this is x-intercept, this is y-intercept, this is y-intercept, this is x-intercept. Length, once you take the length of the x-intercept and y-intercept, you can take modulus here. You can take modulus. Length of x-intercept of tangent is modulus of x1 minus y1 by m. Length of y-intercept of the tangent made by y-axis is modulus of y1 minus mx1. So, the lengths of intercepts made by the tangent on coordinate axis can be evaluated by taking y equal to 0 here, we get x-intercept. Taking only x equal to 0, you get y-intercept of the tangent on the coordinate axis. Next, this is one important concept, length of tangent normal. Normal, subtangent, subtangent and subnormal. Length of tangent normal, subtangent and subnormal. Length of tangent normal, subtangent, lengths are. Let us take this figure, x-axis, y-axis. Let us take this curve and a tangent is considered to the curve, suppose at P, and the normal is drawn to the curve at P. Suppose this tangent meets the x-axis at t, the normal meets the x-axis at n. Let us suppose this is the point x1, y1. The considered point is x1, y1. That means once you drop the perpendicular to x-axis, the length of this perpendicular is ordinate of the point, y coordinate of the point, and the foot of the perpendicular, suppose m, here OM is x1. So here OM is x1 clearly, and PM is y1. y1 is nothing but f of x1. This is y equal to fx curve. Suppose y equal to fx be the given curve, and a point x1, y1 is considered on the curve where the tangent and normal is considered. Suppose the normal meets the x-axis at t, and the tangent meets the x-axis at t, and the normal meets the x-axis at n. And the ordinate of p, the ordinate of p means the perpendicular dropped from p to x-axis of length pm, which is nothing but y1, y coordinate, and OM be the x coordinate of the point P. Now, clearly OM is x1 and MP or PM is y1. Suppose this angle is theta. Suppose angle PTM is theta. PTM is theta from the figure. Then tan theta is slope of the tangent. Slope of tangent at Px1, y1. The slope of the tangent is given by dy by dx at x1, y1. So tan theta is given by the derivative of the curve at x1, y1, at the point x1, y1. The slope of the tangent tan theta is given by dy by dx at x1, y1. With the help of this dy by dx and x1, y1, that means slope and the given point on the curve, you can able to find the length of the tangent, the length of the normal, subtangent, subnormal. Now, what is the length of the tangent? First one, length of tangent. Length of tangent is obtained by the length of tangent. The tangent is drawn at Px1, y1. The length of the tangent is the distance from P to where the tangent meets the x-axis, that means t. This Pt gives us the length of the tangent. So, Pt equal to length of the tangent equal to length of tangent. That is given by, from this triangle, once you consider this triangle PTM, taking tan theta, of course sin theta. From triangle PTM, sin theta equal to opposite side Pm by Pt. So, Pt is Pm by sin theta, which is Pm cosec theta. Pm cosec theta. Here cosec theta may be expressed in terms of tan theta, because already tan theta is given by dy by dx. So, hence Pt equal to length of the tangent is given by Pm cosec theta. Since from the triangle from triangle PTM, cosec theta equal to PT by PM. PT by PM, where PT equal to PM cosec theta. But PM is Y1. Cosec theta in terms of cot, 1 plus cot square theta. Hence Y1 into square root of 1 plus cot square theta is 1 by dy by dx, because tan theta is dy by dx at x1 y1. The square of this one. The square of this one. So y1 into square root of 1 plus 1 by m square, where m is the slope of tangent dy by dx at x1 y1. Instead of tan theta I am introducing m. So dy by dx is nothing but slope of the tangent tan theta. So I am replacing dy by dx at x1 y1 with m, so that y1 into square root of 1 plus m square, 1 plus 1 by m square gives us the length of the tangent, or that is Pt equal to, in formula, y1 by m into square root of m square plus 1 with modulus is the formula for finding of the length of the tangent. This is length of the tangent. This length is considered as length of the tangent. To get this length, I am taking cosec theta from this triangle PTM. Cosec theta you can write in terms of tan theta as 1 plus 1 by tan square theta. 1 plus 1 by tan square means m square, where m is the derivative of the function which gives us the slope of the tangent. So the length of the tangent is obtained by ordinate of the point by slope of the tangent multiplied by 1 plus m square or m square plus 1 with modulus, because I am taking it as a length. Length of the tangent is given by modulus of y1 by m into square root of 1 plus m square is the length of the tangent Pt. Similarly, from the same figure you can able to find the length of the normal also. The tangent and normal is always at right angle. Hence, this is a right angle triangle totally. This is 90 degrees. This is theta, this is 90. Hence, this angle is 90 minus theta. This angle is 90 minus theta. So, based on that, you can find the length of the normal also. Second one, length of normal. Length of the normal. The length of the normal is given by Pn. This length. The length of the normal Pn is obtained from this triangle PMN, from this triangle taking sine of 90 minus theta, we get y1 by Pn. So, Pn equal to y1 by sine of 90 minus theta, y1 by cos theta. So, that is Pn equal to Pm cosecant theta. Pn, the length of the normal Pn is given by Pm secant theta, since from triangle, here the triangle PMN, taking secant theta here, secant theta of 90 minus, of course, taking of course sine of 90 minus theta, we get Pm by Pn. So Pn takes the value Pm by sine of 90 minus theta, which is cos theta. Hence, Pm by cos theta is Pm secant theta. So that is Pm means y1 secant theta. In terms of tan, you can write it as 1 plus tan square theta. Y1 into square root of 1 plus tan square theta. Plus, but tan theta is the slope of the tangent, which is obtained by dy by dx at x1 y1. The square of this one. You may represent it by 1 plus n square. So therefore, length of normal at x1 y1 is given by modulus of y1 into square root of 1 plus m square. This is our formula. Length of the normal Pn. Length of the normal Pn is normal at x1 y1 particularly to the curve is given by y coordinate of the point y1 into square root of 1 plus m square. Whereas length of the tangent is Pt is y1 by m into square root of 1 plus m square. There is a little bit difference between these two. So this is length of tangent and this is length of normal. One is Pt, the other one is Pn. Similarly, subtangent length. Subtangent means this length is called, Tm is called subtangent, this length. Subtangent. Mn is called, this one is called subnormal. Mn is called subnormal. So we have to find the length of Tm and length of Mn to get the lengths of subtangent and subnormal. So from this figure, now coming to length of subtangent. Length of subtangent. Length of subtangent from the figure is Tm. Tm is from this triangle, taking the ratio of these two. Tan theta is clearly y1 by Tm. Tm equal to y1 by tan theta. That is y1 by dy by dx at x1 y1. Or that is y1 by, with modulus. So from the same triangle, Ptm taking tan theta, y1 by Tm, replacing tan theta is y1 by Tm means you can replace these two. You can interchange the positions of Tm and tan theta. We get Tm equal to y1 by tan theta. But tan theta is slope of the tangent at x1 y1, which is obtained by the first derivative dy by dx at x1 y1. So y coordinate by the slope of the tangent gives us subtangent length. Similarly, length of subnormal. Length of subnormal. That is from this one, taking the ratio of these two sides from this triangle, taking the ratio of Pm and Mn. Mn is given by y1 by tan of 90 minus theta. That is y1 by cot theta. This is y1 tan theta, which is y1 dy by dx at x1 y. That is modulus of y1, taking of course modulus to all these things, the length we get. So these are the four formulas which are very important to get the length of tangent, that is Pt, and length of normal, that is Pn. The length of the subtangent is Tm. The length of the subnormal is Mn. So, these lengths can be obtained with the help of the derivative. Here m stands for the slope of the tangent, which is obtained by the first derivative of the function at x1 y1. First derivative of the function at x1 y1. This is very important concept. Now, length of tangent, once again I am giving this formulas. Length of tangent is y1 by m into root over 1 plus m square with modulus. Length of normal is y1 into root over 1 plus m square with modulus. Length of subtangent is y1 by m with modulus. Length of subnormal is modulus of y1, where m is dy by dx at x1 y1 at the given point on the curve x1 y1. So, length of the tangent, length of the normal, length of the subtangent, and length of the subnormal. Okay. Now, length of the subtangent, the relation between length of subtangent and length of tangent is nothing but LT equal to length of tangent is, here modulus of y1 by m may be replaced by length of subtangent into root over 1 plus m square. Length of tangent is length of subtangent multiplied by root over 1 plus m square. So, length of subtangent by length of tangent by length of subtangent is root over 1 plus m square. Okay. Moreover, product of these two gives us y1 square. So, in such a way you can develop the relation between these lengths, LST, length of subtangent multiplied by length of subnormal is the square of the ordinate y1 square.